It's not a question of if, but when. Wike, Florida mansions, and the weight of U.S. justice. There are moments in a nation's life when denial collapses under the weight of evidence. For Nigeria today, that moment has a name. Ezenwa Wike, former governor of Rivers State, current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, husband to a sitting justice of the Court of Appeal, and father to 3 American children whose names now appear on Florida property, did worth significant sum. The point of this examination is not to single out one man for personal hatred. Many public officials in many countries use the same method of concealment. But to describe a pattern, to explain how U.S. laws treat that pattern differently, and to offer a clinical warning about what will happen if matters are not handled with discipline and counsel. The question before us is no longer if accountability will arrive. The only question is when. In Winter Springs, Florida, 3 houses stand on quiet streets. Each is titled to Wike's children, Jordan, Joaquin, and Jasmine, all American citizens. Each purchase, according to publicly reported records, was made with cash and transferred via quitclaim deeds, legal instrument families often use for convenience, but which also enables the concealment of beneficial ownership. Justice Eberechi Suzette Wike, a Court of Appeal judge, is recorded in paperwork as well. Wike's own name is not on the document under U.S. law. However, the absence of a recorded name is not a shield. Investigators look for the beneficial owner, the person who funded, directed, or benefits from the assets, and U.S. statutes and practice are designed precisely to pierce the simple fiction that the name on the deed is the last word. On September 18, 2025, during a live channel television interview with Seun Okinbaloye on Politics Today, Yesom attempted to brush aside the U.S. property allegations. Instead, he may have handed American investigators exactly what they needed. Seun pressed him directly, "You didn't go to the houses you are said to have bought in the United States. The records are there. You don't know what your wife and children own." Wike shot back, "What is my business? The houses are in their names. The houses are in your children's name and it's not your business." Which account did he pass to? Oh, because you paid in cash. You think there is no evidence because you paid in cash. You're asking which account did he pass to? Look at them. Politicians. Now, let anybody in this world say the money passed through some Ezenwa Wike or through my friend's account. Oh, we know what's going on, Wike. In trying to create distance, Wike actually exposed the pattern. U.S. prosecutors are trained to pursue cash-only property purchases, quitclaim deed transfer, and ownership placed under spouses and children rather than the official himself. He emphasized that his wife and children are Americans, and as if that insulated him, but in reality, it confirmed the classic money laundering blueprint. What Wike described as innocence, what is my business if they own homes? How can you say what is your business if they own homes? Is exactly what investigators recognize as circumstantial confirmation of beneficial ownership. Those words are now frozen in the public record, available for replay, not just on YouTube, but in a Florida courtroom. Ironically, Wike did not need to incriminate himself in this way. A more disciplined approach would have been to keep the focus narrow, to say only that activist Omoyele Sowore was the one making these allegations online. While he was present to speak strictly on infrastructure and politics, they would have deflected without creating self-inflicted wounds. Instead, defiance carried him into dangerous territory, offering investigators the very thread they were hoping he would pull. And here lies the psychological sting. Nigerian politicians are used to noise as protections, shouting down critics, mocking reporters, performing strength, but in America, silence is a strategy, and patience is power. By speaking so loosely, Wike gave his investigators more than documents. He gave them his own recorded voice, the kind of evidence no prosecutors ever ignored. The legal contrast is stark. In Nigeria, scandals of similar shape have often produced investigations that peter out, negotiated outcomes, or political settlements. In the United States, the matter triggers a different regime. Statutes like 18 U.S.C. 1956 to 1957 criminalize laundering and suspicious monetary transactions, while civil and criminal forfeiture mechanism allows authorities to treat property itself as the object of a case. when the assault is plausibly tainted by illicit proceeds. Practically, the main prosecutors can move on property before or independently of a criminal conviction. They can issue subpoenas to owners and intermediaries, demand bank and escrow records, compel testimony, and, where justified, file civil forfeiture suits that aim to remove the assets from circulation. This is not abstract law, it is an existential effect on the people involved. For an official who has long operated in a system where personal influence, patronage, and material gratitude by deference, psychological blow is deep. In many parts of Nigeria, power has been institutionalized through material generosity, houses for judges, contracts for allies, allocations for friends. The US system does not operate on that currency. No mansion in America buys judicial favor, yes. No phone call to a prosecutor halts a federal inquiry. The silence that follows initial public allegations in the US is not carelessness. It is the patience of investigators assembling a record for someone habituated to acting loudly and immediately. That quiet is an unfamiliar and unpunishing surveillance. It is important to be fair and clear. The methods I describe are not unique to one person. These are tools of concealment employed by many who seek to protect wealth across borders. My purpose is not to put moralistic scorn on a single family, but to explain the forensics and psychological reality they now face, and to urge disciplined professionals' actions. The more pointed truth is this: placing assets in relative names or using family transfer does not remove liability. In some contexts, it increases it because it expands the circle of jealous subjects to inquiry and potential political jeopardy. This story is so long. At Major Henry says, please advise Wike to return back with immediate effect all River State money he has stolen from the state. The money is from River State people. It's from River State people, not for his immediate family. He's a highly notorious political criminal. Brown says these are the best dog stories of an unsound cycle. Who, like a dog who did not hear the voice of his master's whistle, will be prey to lions? All his credentials don't amount to interest in the rumors peddled around by self-serving critics. By point of law, what he analyzes is in his imagination, and like the dog keep running without a cause, no aim and no results. Just like the shrink he has not achieved anything with the listed qualifications. Please, my listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.